Hello, Hero Wars players. Today we'll be talking about debuffs and how to counter them, what they are, and what they do. Okay, so the first debuff we will be talking about is stun. Stun is most likely the most effective debuff in this game. A stun stops any enemy, any hero in the game from using any action. So they will not be able to attack, and also they will not be able to use their ultimates or any other skill they have. So you're rendering your enemy useless for the period of time that the stun is active. You'll realize you have successfully applied a stun if you see a swirling line around the enemy's head. These swirling lines will also have a star around them, which symbolizes that your stun has been successfully applied. Depending on the hero who has applied the stun, the amount of time will vary. Right now you can see the list of the enemies that can stun. Okay, now we will be talking about blinding and silencing. These two are very common. In fact, they actually have quite a lot in common. However, there are small, minor differences that makes them hugely different. A blind will not stop any hero's actions or skills. A blind is simply, as we know the word to be, stops those heroes from seeing. However, there's a catch. Only physical damaging heroes will get blind. If heroes are blinded, then all of their physical attacks, even their ultimates and violet, green, blue skills will all miss basically. However, when a blind is applied on a magic damage dealing hero, they will still hit perfectly just as before. It only affects physical damaging heroes. You will know that your enemy has been blinded when there is an eye that is white and there is a red line going through it. This symbolizes silencing. The duration of the silence, as in stun, depends on your hero who has applied it. Right now, you can see heroes that will stun. Silence will immediately stop every single magic damage attack from any hero. And it will also stop their ultimates. However, here they are stopped completely and they will not be able to attack. Silence on a physical damaging hero, they'll be able to attack, but they will not hit the enemy. The way you notice a silence is there will be a face, well, not completely a face, and it will be brown. There'll be eye holes in it and a mouth. This face, however, will have an X for the mouth. This shows that a silence has been applied. However, this silence does not affect any physical damage dealers that are heroes, but it will affect magic damage dealing heroes. So this team will particularly affect an ODH team. So if you are going into an ODH team and you're going to put them up against heroes that can silence effectively and for the majority of time, then you will be outnumbered and outmatched. However, this doesn't stop them. Okay, another debuff is poison. Poison will deal damage over time. This poison cannot be reduced by armor or magic defense. It just deals damage, so it is a form of pure damage. Another debuff is burn. Burn is exactly the same as poison, with one difference that can make it quite different. This burn is applied through physical damage, not pure damage. And as it is applied through physical damage, it can be reduced significantly by armor. You will not be able to see that a hero can actually burn through the stats. However, it is happening. Heroes that can burn are on screen right now. The next buff we will be looking at is slow. Slow is a buff that doesn't actually have any of the features that the previous buffs have had. Slow will just slow down the duration between each enemy's attacks. So, for instance, Ashtaroth will hit you with his axe. However, this time, his duration will be 30 seconds between his first hitting and his second hitting, whereas it would be 15 seconds. The slow will just slow down the duration between the attacks, but will not stop them. We cannot officially see that there is any slow buff from the hero's stats. However, it does apply, and the only heroes that can actually give a buff are on screen right now. The next buff we have is Immobolize. Immobolize is both a buff and a debuff. It can be seen as both in one instance. So in buff, it could be a buff in one instance, a debuff in the other. When going up against Kark, who throws enemies into the air, Immobolize is quite good, because Immobolize will not let any heroes move out of their position. So they cannot come into the air, they cannot move. So even going up against the twins, their tornado will not affect the people / heroes that have been immobilized. So this is uniquely effective against Kark, as there is a lot of Kark teams. The two heroes that can immobilize are on screen right now. One thing to realize with Immobolize is heroes they will still be able to attack and use their ultimates. The next buff we have is quite unique, and this is Control. What Control does is it causes the nearest or the one enemy on the enemy's team to work for you and to attack their own team. Now, this is uniquely useful against an enemy such as Kira or Kark. When their ultimate is about to go off, they will start hitting their own side. And now they have hit their own side will be damaged far beyond healing can do, and you can just win that battle just with Control. However, this ability is only used by one hero. She is on screen right now, and I can't say you would want her in your team. The next buff we have is Charm. Now, Charm is uniquely used by Leon, and this skill, he can either use one of his skill and charm the enemy. What Charm does is it stops them from doing anything. However, this charm will end if another enemy apart from Leon attacks him. So this only works for Leon, and if another enemy attacks a person Leon is charmed, then the buff will disappear. And this buff is exactly like stun. However, if another enemy attacks, then the stun is gone, which isn't as helpful. But it will help if your enemy is doing too much damage and you need to stop them. Another effect is a mark. The most common use of mark is in a twins team where a mark of water is applied. This mark of water increases damage. However, in other cases, this mark could decrease damage for the enemy or increase a certain amount of damage for your team. However, it is different in each case. I did also talk about how to debuff, so counter a buff. On screen now, there are the heroes that can counter certain buffs, and some may counter all buffs. I hope you liked my video, and I'm just here to help. Please subscribe, like, and comment below if you need any more help. Thank you.